Yo, SojuTalk Nation! On this week's episode, we'll be covering Fuego releases from LOONA, 2 PM, and NCT Dream. We'll also be cooking up some spicy news coverage and keeping you updated in State of the Nation. So prepare your body, turn up the volume because we coming in hot. Hit me with that intro. Hey, what's up everyone? This is SojuTalk, your weekly shot at K-pop. We're coming at you with a super spicy episode 145, and we're recording on Monday, June 28th, 2021. I'm Doug, and joining me today we got Warren.
Hey, what's up everybody?
And Anita.
Hello.
And as a quick reminder, check out SojuTalk on your favorite podcast platform, sub to us on YouTube, and join the SojuTalk Discord and be a part of the nation. Announcements, friendly reminder. We do have some community podcasts that are sort of branched off of the main pod that you're listening to. We have the SojuTalk Nation podcast. You could look up SojuTalk Nation on YouTube. There's a channel. There's multiple different things they do over there. Sometimes they have a base one where they're kind of reacting to what we do. They have one called Soju Sessions, which is like a deep dive on notable people in our community. Other times they review dramas, so go check out that one. There's also a dumpster fire one called Dumpster Cast. You could also look that one up. That one's hard to describe. It is a dumpster fire, similar to their name. So go check out our community podcast as well, because, you know, if you want more SojuTalk content, that's where it is. Boom.
We had a quick conversation with some of the guys behind them last week. I feel like they put in more effort into content making than we do. Just putting it out there. Just being honest.
Yeah, so go try them out.
Go check them out. They're cool guys.
Maybe you'll get a different perspective. Like, if we don't like the song this week, maybe they'll like the song this week, if that's what you're looking for.
More opinions.
I feel like that'll happen today.
Oh.
But, you know, part one, I guess we should just go right into it. Part one, episode 145, we're going to do big new releases, Spicy Song King, music show winners. Let's get it. All right, we're doing 3 releases this week. All of them came out today on Monday, June 28th. The first one we're going to talk about is LOONA's PTT, but we're just going to call it Paint The Town because that's what I think the song actually is. They are from Blackberry Creative, debuted in 2018. Their last 3 releases was Star, Why Not, and So What, with 1 music show win so far. Okay,
LOONA.
We have our own side chat between Warren, Anita, and I. We use Facebook Messenger still. I don't know why you need to know that.
We're old. That's why.
Old school. You know, Facebook Messenger is good with it. Before like Discord popped off, Facebook Messenger was handling GIFs and things like that better than anyone else. Honestly,
that's true. They do a pretty good job of all that.
All right, but Paint the Town. We had a bit of a discussion about it. Well, not even a discussion, but some reactions this morning about the song. Some people were like, it's all right. Other people were like, oh, hell no. You know, I don't know another person's opinion. I'm in the party that, although I don't think this is like an amazing song, I think it's a very fun song. That's what I'll say about this one. Okay. Like, I have fun listening to this. Similar to the way I like the Everglow song, where I don't think it's like a all-time classic, but I think I'm gonna listen to this one all the time over the next 3 weeks. Warren, what's a base reaction from you? You got a little bit of a salty face going on today.
No, I mean, I can see the perspective. I will acknowledge that it is a perspective that is legitimate. It is also a perspective I do not agree with.
There it is.
I mean, it's not like I don't hate it. You know, I don't think it's horrible. Like, there's some positive takeaways, right? Like, first of all, really happy to see Haseul again.
Yes.
Really glad she's back. I can tell that her presence brings a lot more into the comeback, so I'm liking that. Yeojin has been one of the members that I pick on constantly ever since they shifted their theme a little bit. And she's been like, I'm not sure if she fits this concept. I feel like she did it really
right.
She's done really well, Star, and now into Paint the Town. She's had really prominent roles in both of those songs.
Yes, right. Her rap first, I mean, I'm not gonna go ahead and say it's like Nicki Minaj or Cardi B or, you know, anything like that over here. But hey, it was nice.
I'm gonna make a take. I'm gonna start a take. Her rap chorus is
okay.
better than Taehyun's in the 2 p.m. song.
Oh,
Just saying.
Oh,
Just saying.
Um,
That's how it's gonna be this week, guys.
I don't know if that's necessary though. Like, is that really like?
Is that a
who you
big
wanna
thing
be
to say?
Right?
Yeah.
Is that who you want to be comparing yourself to?
Okay, keep going. Keep going.
What I didn't really enjoy about the song was really production wise their decisions they made. They had a clear theme of the sounds, right? You were using an Indian tabla.
South Asian vibes all over the place. For sure.
If you look at their marketing copy, they use words like Bollywood, and they literally said Indian hypnosis flute, as if it's a real instrument. We have plenty of listeners in India. If you guys have an instrument called Indian hypnosis flute, please do let me know. I couldn't find any more information on it. But I will say, it sounded you guys know what flute loop I'm talking about, right?
yeah.
That thing. It really just felt like they took that from a sample pack and ran with it, and then decided to add the tabla drum loop on top of that, which, I guess it works. It's fine, but at the same time, everything about the comeback adds into something that feels very cliched. It feels something like, we're doing a girl crush concept. We're gonna do this because because girl crush, and girl crush is the meta. Sadly, I'm not sure what they're offering to the meta. It goes along with the girl crush thing, but I'm not sure if they're adding much to it. It's just another song in that direction that is very general. If you like the genre, if you are someone who really likes the genre, you're gonna see Doug is raising his hand. He's gonna have a good time.
Oh, great time. Great time.
Now you do look like Hitler right now because you're raising your hand like
Sorry.
that.
Don't screenshot that. Don't screenshot that. Guys, don't do that,
But at the same time, it as someone who listens to the general direction of K-pop in general, I said in general 2 times. It does feel like I'm gonna forget about this one. So it is a little sad, It is it is a little sad because if you look at LOONA's recent discography, I haven't been a huge fan of their stuff after Butterfly.
Okay, I'll give you that. So if we talk about the 3 title tracks, like pure title tracks, So What, Why Not, Paint the Town.
Right.
They're kind of similar in style between the 3, different elements in all of them. I think Star is it's a song that blew up for them. It did well in the US market, but I don't consider that a pure title track. I think that's more like a one-off a Western release. I think that one is the best out of those 4, to be honest with you.
I mean, even
it's interesting going on. Yeah.
Even among the 3 title tracks, right? Yes, the first 2 were girl crush, but at the same time, I felt like they were different from the rest of girl crush tracks.
Really?
Yeah, why not actually isn't that girl crush?
No.
They
had a very nice funk to
quirky
it,
thing going on
way.
with that one.
Right. Some juice,
Juice. I like the way you say that.
You see the juice coming out the patty kind of juice.
okay.
I don't know. I don't know. I'm kind of
Anita.
Yeah, I'll rap.
Yes.
So I'm someone who I like Paint the Town. I think it's a fine song. Well, Warren, someone. I don't know how I feel about this one. What about you? Where do you lie on this range of opinions?
I think I'm somewhere in the middle.
Okay.
And I think it has to do with the way the song progressed, maybe, in my opinion, because. Yes, I heard the beat come in the beginning, and I was like, "Oh, this is interesting." It's not quite that popular, I don't think, this type of beat, and it almost felt a little I don't want to say outdated, but it just felt strange because I hadn't heard it in a while, and it felt like it had been popular in the past.
So that's how I would describe dated, but sure.
There is a song in the last 12 months though that sounds similar in terms of chorus.
Yep.
Oh, okay.
Cards Gunshot is a song that sounds fairly similar to this one. In my opinion.
The thing for me is that the chorus is what kind of threw me off a little bit because
100% agree. 100%.
Yeah, because
Yeah, let's talk about that.
I was still into it. I was like, okay, the beat is a little
The build up
interesting.
was pretty. The chanty build up, I kind of like that actually. I was pretty down for that.
Yeah. I think for me, the melody and the pre-chorus, I thought set it up really nice. Where I thought like, oh, okay, we might do something very interesting. The energy feel like it's going up, and I thought like it would make sense. Okay, and then the chorus hit, and it felt more like a drop thing, and it's kind of like supposed to be more intense. I don't know. They lost me there.
You know what else they lost me on?
What?
The choreo in the front half of the chorus. It felt very like for when I was like, oh, we building up this energy. We're gonna get this drop. We're gonna get some powerful girl crush moves, right? And then a lot of the choreo in the first half of the chorus is very like small and close to the body, like
Small and close to the body.
no, you don't know. Like if you watch it, it's a lot of this movement going on, right?
That's true. Yeah.
And it's actually kind of slow the way they're hitting it.
It's
right?
slow. Yeah, it's slow.
It's strangely slow.
Here's the thing: if you look at the chorus itself, the chorus is the drop is written in halftime. What that means is so the entire track runs in 160 BPM.
Okay.
Very common BPM for trap, hip hop. And then for the drop, 124, not 160. 124, something very common for K-pop. I'm reading this off of Toombad right now. And then if you go into the chorus, they go into halftime, which means they are half the speed of what they were going at. So they essentially go into BPM 62. It
felt like it.
Right. And sometimes, and if you do it really well, it works really well. An example of something that really works is Bon Bon Chocolat by Everglow. That is written. That is a halftime chorus. Works really well. An example of something that didn't really work and I criticized very heavily back in the day was Wonderland by A.C.E. That
just came to mind too.
Right. So if you didn't know what halftime is, now you do. That being said, do I think this is an example of something that works? No, because you build up to all of this. Everyone already has an expectation of what the drop is going to be because you have heard it in the beginning, right? We begin the song with like the hype.
Yeah, I thought it was going to keep going, but it kind of shifted a bit.
Right, we want that to come in again, and then they subvert your expectations, but like it's like not a good subversion of expectation. You
know what I found even worse is that after we get through the Paint the Town da section, we have the part where Olivia's dancing in the front, and that's what I had expected to be in the chorus part. And I'm like, bro, this is amazing, right? So it makes me even like that first half less because I wanted to see sort of what like Olivia was leading in the front half. Something like that.
Have you guys back when you guys went to elementary school, especially in America, did you guys have like Pizza Wednesdays or Pizza Fridays?
Friday for me.
Right? Pizza Friday?
Yeah, pizza was there.
Yeah. And like it's like okay, it's like it's Friday. It's supposed to be a Pizza Friday. I come in and they're like, we have something better instead of pizza today.
Oh no.
And they're like, we have spaghetti. And I'm like, spaghetti's not bad. Spaghetti's not bad, but like I was expecting pizza, you know? Like I want my pepperoni.
Spaghetti. No, but I get what you're saying. I do think that the front half of the chorus I think is a bit of a letdown to me. I liked everything else. Styling wise, some things I liked. Heejin's hair color, her styling was amazing this entire thing.
That's true.
It's a good looking kid. I also liked the Kim Lip bandana corset thing going on. I was kind of down for that too.
Okay, yes. Mm-hmm.
Things that I didn't like in this music video, not in terms of the visuals. I thought the visuals were really good throughout the entire music video.
There are things you don't like about the track.
Oh no, I think that the line distribution to two members in particular is super unfair. Go1 and Vivi. I saw a lot of posts about this. Go1, the only like prominent part she plays in this music video is she's doing a pair thing with Kim Lip. Right, when Kim Lip in that bandana outfit that I like,
right,
and she doesn't even really have lines. She's doing like ad libs beside her,
right,
and I was like, ooh. And then they pretty much like Vivi also has a section. It's also kind of ad libby where she's not actually having like lines. It kind of like I feel bad if you're a Vivi or Go1 stan. To be fair, right?
The thing with LOONA is right. Like they have a lot of members.
They have so many kids. I get it.
12 or so members. The thing is, all 12 members, it's very clear that they are good at different things. And only a couple of them are good at everything. And that's the impression I got from their pre-debut stuff. And if you listen to their pre-debut stuff, there's a wide range of like different genres and different styles of music, different directions.
Yeah.
And that worked because it caters to all of them individually. Now here you have this very distinct, we're gonna do Girl Crush. And producers probably thought, I'm not sure how I'm feeling about this girl in this part. Let's give that to this other person because it sounds better. That was, the typical situation of I'm gonna fit the person into the concept, not fit the concept around the person,
Yeah. I think
tailor the clothing on the human being. Don't like tailor the human being onto the clothing, Like
the kids who stand out, it's like Heejin, of course, center.
Right, right.
Kim Lip always has big roles. Chu, Eves was all over the place. Olivia always gets like a dance thing, which is great.
Yeah.
Yeojin, because she had the main rapping role in this one. And then probably Jinsol had a lot of lines too this time. I think those were the kids that really stood out. Okay, here's another hot take. I think they were locked into this song because it was Ryan Jun who made it.
What do you mean?
Because
Elaborate.
a lot of people, at least on our Discord, really prefer the B-sides to this title track. And Ryan Jun's the most notable producer on this album. And they think that because he has the big producing power, this had to be the title track, regardless of how good the song is.
He also worked on WoW.
Yeah, okay, that's the thing
WoW
that doesn't
is
make sense to
good.
me. WoW was so much better.
It's so good.
It was so much better.
WoW's nice. It's fun.
I don't know why. Like, okay, here's the thing: Paint the Town fits the current Luna meta with the like all the crazy lore and stuff that's going on. Like, you know how we have no clue what's going on. All I saw was that there was like Kim Lip in the Eclipse outfit, right? And then we had I think Jinsol at the end in the blue outfit. We're doing odd-eyed circle stuff. So there's definitely lore going on here. And this song more than WoW fits what Luna's going for in terms of storytelling. So I get why they chose it, right? At the same time, I do feel like you should rest your laurels on the song quality and the title tracks.
Thank you.
So I think WoW would have been the stronger choice, just saying. Right?
Yeah.
Well, who knows why? Maybe Ryan Jun's ego got in the way.
I mean, he's a
I
giant
hope not.
orbit, though. Ryan Jun is, like, known to really like Luna. So he
I
felt
don't
this
know.
was the
He
track.
might be a huge orbit, but he also might be a huge Ryan Jun stan, Like,
I
shout
mean,
outs to narcissism. Not saying he is. Please don't sue me, Ryan Jun. I'm sure you've done great stuff. I love Dum Dum. I know you worked on Dum Dum.
That's a
I
great
like Dum
song.
Dum. Or View. View's great.
Just interesting choices. Yeah.
And even if let's talk about Ryan Jun real quick. Now that we're talking about him, I haven't liked this stuff for a while. And
You like Dun Dun Dance? That's him.
Dun Dun Dance was alright. It wasn't my favorite track of the year, I'll be honest. I haven't been the hugest fan of his stuff past 20, I want to say like 18 or so. After School, I'm looking at this choreography right now. After School by Weekly was nice.
That was really nice.
That was really nice. Other than that, nothing that stands out to me at the moment. I don't know. He is one of the standout figures of the Korean production industry.
Right.
But at the same time, I do feel like he's done better stuff in the past versus now. So Ryan Jun, I know you're listening because we're we're celebrities too.
I think Ryan Jun in 2021's done some good stuff, in my opinion. That's
would
all I'll
agree.
say. Overall with Luna, I think that they're one of the groups that were most heavily affected by the COVID situation and not being able to promote more internationally. I know Star did well, but they're one of those groups that was pretty much a shoo-in to come to all the KCON things and other things in America if it had happened. And I think that they are suffering from that. But I do think that they still have one of the strongest Western fandoms relative to their popularity in Korea. So
Yep.
I still think this is going to do well. I'm just interested to see now with the new landscape where it's not like people are doing concerts yet and things like that, where you can make big advances into the Western market. What does that mean for them going forward is, I think, a big question I have. Because we are in year 3, year 4. This is about when you want to start peaking, I think. So we'll have to see what happens with them. A group that peaked a long time ago, though.
Oh boy.
Oh.
I'm sorry. I actually really like 2 p.m. I'm just trolling.
The hottest.
We got 2 p.m.'s Make It, right? So they are from JYP. Debut 2008. their last songs were Promise, I'll Be, My House, and Go Crazy. Go Crazy. That was a
Go
long.
Crazy.
They haven't come back in like 5 years or something. They do have 41 music show wins though.
Do people
Nice.
still know who 2PM is?
They better know.
People should. They're an OG group. Come on, like I think you should
Man.
know. Respect your elders, everyone.
Shout outs
Youngins.
to Again and Again.
Yes.
Shout outs to Heartbeat. Shout outs to
Yes.
10 out of 10. Back when J
yeah.
Park was around.
I'm gonna start with another hot take.
Okay.
I got another one. I think 2PM's Make It is a better song than the ITZY song and the Twice song.
Okay.
Oh.
Why are you
Elaborate.
making this comparison?
Because they're JYP.
Oh, I mean, I don't think JYP wrote the song though.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, out of the JYP releases, we've got more the notable ones recently.
Okay, I mean, fair, but at the same time, I've criticized those two together because JYP wrote them. This
Okay.
one, luckily, we didn't.
That being said,
Glad.
I think this is an extremely safe song for them. And if you have,
Oh, yes.
if you've been on the show for 5 years, I hope you would have done a little bit something more. You know, I think this is super similar to My House.
Of course, yes.
Gaja. It's literally the same vibe they're going for. The problem I have is that at least My House had like really notable point choreography, the turn around, grab the hand, walk thing.
yeah.
Whereas this song suffers because I think the choreo for the chorus isn't very good. At least the front half of it. I think that they were going for a less is more suave approach, but I feel like it just didn't work that well. I think the song is good, and I think that's a bit of a shame because of that aspect.
I don't know. I was under the impression that it kind of worked for me.
Okay. You talking about the choreo relative to the song?
Right, choreo and the track too. The track itself wasn't like EDM, it was like, like that didn't make any sense. Look, I was getting a lot of like sexy ajashi vibes, like
Oh,
they're in their early
sexy
30s,
ajashi.
Sure.
Yeah. Like, let's be honest, their fans aren't 16 anymore.
Their
Oh.
fans are probably like mid-20s, right?
Right,
now.
they're about my age and a little older, I think.
Yeah.
Like I recall my stand partner in orchestra in 5th grade had 2PM name written all over the sheet music. I was like, I can't find the page because Ok Taeyeon and Junho. Oh my goodness. Like, it
Yo,
was
Juno
fun time.
Juno had a glow up. I didn't even recognize that was him for a little bit.
Oh,
When in the
really?
I was like, that's Juno? God damn.
Oh, great.
Yeah.
I'm getting a lot of K-drama vibes,
Oh, yeah. Very
Yeah.
dramatic. Almost comedic.
Someone watched Inception too in their
Yeah.
production team. Clearly, these super slow mos with exploding stuff.
I don't know, like it all because I think it was because there were so many office scenes. Like I was getting like one of those like office dramas where like at the end of the episode, right? There's a female lead and she's in the office and they're like, oh, we have a new director in the office today, and the male lead walks in and he's like, oh, you're that girl I bumped into earlier that spilled coffee on me, and the girl's like, you're the asshole that I saw earlier at the bus station, and then they're like, they point at each other and then it's like, hey yeah, and then like the episode ends there, Okay,
Oh,
right, you can see that, like.
I feel like there was way more
Sure.
action elements than what you're talking about. I don't.
But like at the same time, I do feel like for their target demographic, something.
Oh no, I like this music video.
Makes a lot more.
I thought it was a really
sense.
pretty video. Like
No, the video is really pretty.
there was cool stuff going on. I even had like some of the lighting remind me a little of La La Land at times too. I thought. I'm not saying. I'm saying the
Fair.
lighting outside when it was dark out, things like that. But Anita, how'd you feel about Make It?
Well, I definitely agree that it had the vibes of My House. I think especially in the chorus or in the instrumentation of it, I thought like, oh, this is very much using that same vibe, and it makes sense. I think it still works for 2PM, and they're working on their strengths, right? Like they're relying on that, and that's also nice. I did kind of wish that they had gone a different route because it had been such a long time since they had made a comeback. So I was expecting something, I don't know, maybe a little bit different, a little bit more powerful.
I think the reasoning is because My House has like had a surge of popularity over the last
It
couple
did,
months
yeah.
for some reason. So I think that's why they went this way, because it's like, you know, people are remember 2 p.m. because of My House. Let's just keep going the same direction.
Yeah, I do feel like the chorus was nice, but there was a part in the song where they do like the chorus one last time, like towards the end, and it sounds a little different. It sounds like it has more stuff in the background. I don't know what it is that it's different about that time that they do the chorus, but I wish it would have been more throughout the song.
I agree. I thought that was the point where everything meshed really well at that point.
Yeah. I kind of feel like the energy went a little up.
The energy
like,
was higher, yeah.
Yeah, and I thought like, oh, this should have been a little bit earlier, but I don't know. It still works. It works. They made it work, and I don't know. I think the fans will always appreciate it.
Yes.
I don't know if it will gain new fans, but since it's similar to My House, I assume that some general public traction will happen as well. I don't know. I think it's nice they're back.
I feel like they're going. Oh, go on.
No, sorry. Go ahead.
I feel like they're going the Super Junior route. Let's stick to what we're good at and maintain the current fandom. I think that's what they're going for as a business strategy.
I do feel like it's a little better than Super Junior, where Super Junior on one hand have been recycling their equation formula for about how many times now? I don't remember. This, they've done it once with My House. They're doing it again here. Second time, I'll let it pass.
Still okay. Still okay.
That's all right. Just don't do it 11 times. Like
if the next song is also this aesthetic, it's too much. Right.
Yeah.
But what are they gonna do? Go crazy part 2? There's no way they can do that in 2021.
They should.
There's no way they can pull that off.
They should
hands
strip
up
again.
Hands up. Yes.
They should put suits on.
They should do another nightclub song. A nightclub song. Oh my goodness.
They should do Heartbeat again. Like push each other and they're like, I'm a zombie.
Honestly, Heartbeat 2.0 might work nowadays.
It
really might.
Listen to my heart.
Maybe they should just double. Like, I want to see a group triple down and be like, we're just gonna do like mid 2010s K-pop. Like, deal with it.
Could work.
It could work at this point, right?
Yeah,
I feel like it could work if someone just decided to really triple down and just do that.
If you think about 2 p.m., right? 2 p.m. does come from an era when idols and K-pop, like idol musicians, had a lot more strong connections with the general public.
Yep. Point dances, things like that.
Yes.
Right. Point dances, and they were incredibly mainstream. So hey, who knows? Maybe them being back.
What happened?
Right. Who knows? I don't know.
Yeah.
Do you know? Nobody knows.
At this point, I'm just happy they came back because it was like teased for the longest time. Like, finally happened though.
Been gone for a while, dude.
Let's move to a group that comes back quite often. NCT, right? We have NCT Dream with Hello Future. So they are from SM. Debut 2015. Last 3 songs. The most recent one was Hot Sauce because this one's a repackage of that. Riding and Boom. 14 music show wins so far. I think that Hello Future is the best song this week out of the 3.
I agree.
Oh.
I also think they totally redeemed themselves from a track I did not like in Hot Sauce.
I agree.
Hello Future is just a good song, right? Like,
it's
let's triple down. Let's do what we're good at. Vocals.
Yes.
Let's go nuts with the vocals.
Yeah.
Let's get the energy going. Let's hit the seasonal stuff
youth.
a little.
Yeah.
Let's go to a track and do it up.
Yeah.
Let's get some tie-dye shirts up in this business.
Yeah.
They threw all that together. It was like an NCT Dream song, and I was like, this feels like NCT Dream again. That's how I felt with this one.
Yes, I agree with that.
Refreshing to get this. This was like the Sprite after a barbecue meal,
Oh.
Okay.
Yeah, I felt refreshed after listening to this one. I was like, bro, great track,
There was a lot of good balancing between good vibes and like the glitchy production, because that's like something that sets NCT apart from other people, right? They always have this people call it noise music. There's like glitchy, very electronic aspect to it. Yet they're doing a really good job of balancing all of that with like very, very, just good energy, strong energy. And it creates a nice tension in between. And that's what really drives the song forward. And having tension drive your song forward is really good. it doesn't happen often in K-pop. This was good. So overall, having a really good time. Visuals are great. Shout outs to the Pride Month stuff. The rainbows.
Oh
and
yes,
the, and
yes,
the
very
colors.
colorful. Yeah.
I feel like as a K-pop group, that's very risky to do, especially given Koreans are, not very open to that yet. But hey, they made the risk and did it. Shout outs.
This is a Kenzie song too.
Nice.
Kenzie, yes, Kenzie,
Back at it
yes.
again, Kenzie.
Yeah. So
You're good. I like Kenzie more than Ryan Jun. Do you hear that, Ryan Jun? I like Kenzie more than.
whoa!
Put 'em against each other.
Whoa!
Hey, competition drives us forward.
Anita, you like NCT? How'd you feel about this one?
Yes, I definitely feel like this repackage has kind of brought me back because I wasn't feeling hot sauce, to be honest. I think I listened to it a couple of times and then promptly didn't listen to it ever again. But Hello Future, I agree in the sense that NCT Dream has a very unique quality in the NCT groups because they're so young, right? And the members have been together since the beginning, since the formation of the group. So like the chemistry, it works, like the dynamics, it works, and like the fans know what to expect. And I feel like this was very much in that sense where like, oh, this makes sense. Like they're young, it feels very playful. Like the music video is, I don't know, I think it reminds me of some of their older stuff, but like in a way that is familiar but also a little new. Like I think they had like the scene with like, what is it, like Men in Black type of parody?
Right.
I don't know what it was, but it was very playful. Like it didn't feel like it was trying to be something completely different, like shifting the concept. It just all makes sense in a very colorful, kind of eclectic way. But it works for this group. So I'm glad that they figured it out and it kind of went back to something that I think they're very good at. And yeah, I think the song also makes a lot of sense with the summertime and the colors and the vibes. So I don't know, it makes so much sense. I'm glad they did this.
Yo, Kenzie's had a good run the last couple years. So
Yes,
I'm gonna name some songs.
Yes.
Since 2019, right? I'm gonna name some songs here. We got Taeyeon's Four Seasons, right?
Wow,
Taeyeon's
okay.
Spark, Psycho from Red Velvet, Punch from NCT 127, Candy from Baekhyun, Monster from Irene and Sugi. We have What Do I Call You from Taeyeon. Let's see, Don't Call Me from Shiny. Don't Fight the Feeling recently with EXO. Like
Yes.
she's been putting in some work with these a lot of her songs sound like, her sound now is synonymous with SM sounding songs, right? At this point.
Yeah.
Whenever you get one of those songs where you're like, this is that SM goodness, it's probably a Kenzie song at this point.
She has a very wide range. Like she's capable of a lot. That's good.
You know what's something I didn't like?
Okay.
The mentioning
Go
of Kwangya again in the lyrics.
Did they mention that?
There was
didn't hear it.
Wait,
Kwangya.
I didn't catch that.
It was Kwangya.
Oh my god.
I saw. Only reason I knew is because it was in the subtitles and it was all capitalized. There was a Kwangya
Are
at
they
some
gonna
point.
interlock the universes?
It's the SM cinematic universe,
Oh my
and there's gonna be a
goodness.
final
Oh.
episode where Super M comes in and saves the day.
It could, yeah, that makes sense.
One thing I did notice with the production, the arrangement style was very, 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 very similar to Pop Star by KDA.
Oh,
Okay.
The vox
Oh.
loops, the build up, the drop, a lot of the the core of the song is very different, right? I'm talking about the way the instruments are used and the way the way they're arranged. Feels like very similar to KDA Pop Star.
I
Albeit,
can get what you're saying. Yeah.
Yeah,
I get
yeah.
that. Yeah.
that being said, it does feel a lot less aggressive than KDA Pop Star, given that
yeah.
song has a much more EDM, aesthetic to it. And here, we're doing that thing where we're balancing the best of two worlds. So I'm not gonna say either is better, or I'm not gonna say one copied off of the other. I just think that was kind of cool. Because that was a sound we haven't gotten in a while, and I like it. I like it a lot.
This is just
Keep doing
like,
this.
This is a very neat and tidy package. This one, I think they
Heck
did a
yes.
great job with this.
It's everything is just so nicely done, and like at the end of Pride Month too. This is perfect, guys. Like best timing, you know.
Kind of feel you, yeah. Other big releases this week: Ace released Higher, Sam Kim released The Juice.
The Juice.
Woo-sung, I think he's of The Rose, released Lazy featuring Ready. Stray Kids released A, which is one of their mixtape songs. Han Sung-woo released See You Again, and then One We released Veronica, which is a B-side. I do like that one. I listened to it today.
Very boppy.
Nice.
All right, Spice King. You know, we're gonna evaluate the Soju chart, the chart from last week, episode 144. Brave Girls picked up their first crown with Chima Bottom. Second place was 17's Ready to Love, and EXO's Don't Fight the Feeling came up in third place. New candidates are the songs we covered this week: Luna's Paint the Town, 2PM's Make It, NCT Dream, Hello Future. I got a chart. Kind of might be a little bit of a spicy chart, you know.
I already know what you're doing.
You know. In first place, I have NCT Dream's Hello Future.
Nice.
Nice.
That is my first place song.
Wow, I didn't expect that.
Second
you put Luna
place, I'm going to put Brave Girls Chima Bottom.
Okay. Yes.
Okay.
Let's go.
And then I will put Luna in third with Paint the Town.
Okay.
Yeah.
Actually,
that makes
that's not
sense.
that. I don't think that's that
That's not
spicy
bad.
now. I initially, at one point in the day, had Luna in first, but I've dropped them
Yeah,
over
that's
time.
what you told me, and I was like, "That's
Yeah, I just made a game time decision on that. Yeah.
okay."
So that happened.
Wow. Well, thank you for returning to the light side of the force. Darth Vader.
Anita, go next. Yes, it's your turn.
Yes, me. I'm gonna put Brave Girls, Team Up Bottom, in first. I think it's still a really good song. It has grown on me even more. I feel like I've watched the live performances. I saw like the encore stages and the lives. Very
Nina was
nice.
good.
She's so good.
She's so good.
Yeah, so like Brave Girls keep rolling, keep going. Second, I'm gonna put Twice Alcohol Free.
Ooh, okay.
And I think it's in the same. No, is it in? No, it moved up a spot from last week. I still feel like it's a redeemable song. It's very, very.
I'll go free.
I don't know, like whimsical, cute. I don't know. I really like the summer vibes it gives off. So I'm gonna keep it in second. And third, I'm gonna introduce NCT Dream.
Oh,
Hello Future.
Oh, I was gonna say if you didn't have NCT Dream on this track, you're bugging, Anita. That I was about to say.
No. Definitely feel like I'll be listening to it a little bit more. I'm waiting for the live stages because I feel like with NCT and with a lot of SM groups, I really look at their choreo and what I saw in the music video, it looked really nice. I'm interested to see what the live stages and like the sets look like because I don't know, the music video was so much visually, like there's so much, like so many colors, so many things. So I don't know. I think it'll be nice once the live stages come up. So that is my chart.
Warren,
Okay,
he
cool.
he did mental calculations of this,
Warren.
the points I bet. I could tell. Okay, just go.
well, I'll call free by Twice. You know, it's a nice song. I've highly praised it on 2 episodes of a different podcast. You know, that's why it's not on my chart. What is on my what is on my chart? Wait, the K-pop cast episode didn't even drop yet. What is on my chart is actually Brave Girls. I do agree with Anita. Having a lot of fun with the comeback. I think they're dropping another music video for the second track.
Yes.
Right, Pool Party featuring Ichan of Takubi. I don't even know why I remember that. Kind of excited for that one. That has a much more retro vibe to it.
Yeah.
What place are you putting this Brave Girls?
I'm putting Brave Girls on second, on number 2.
Okay.
Number 2. You know what? You guys. You know what? Don't fight the feeling, EXO. I'm not fighting the feeling. I'm putting it on third because that's how much I like it.
Yes, I respect that.
That's a good song.
Thank you. I'm glad we can mutually respect each other, although I don't respect you, so I just lied. That being NCT Dream's track, I think, is one of the standout tracks of the season. It's really good. The more I listen to it, the more fun I'm having. I think it's almost rare for me to like a boy group track this much. I know some people were surprised that I liked the TXT track a couple weeks ago. Hey, don't be so surprised. I like this track more than that one. So
Oh, really?
I agree. Yeah.
Oh.
it's a nice vibe. Good vibes. Good vibes only.
Wow.
So to talk your weekly shot of K-pop.
This chart is nutty. The way this turned out.
You
It's
and I
like-
basically had the same chart. Same chart.
No,
except
this
the last
chart.
one.
This chart is interesting. All right.
Okay.
We had a tie for first place on points.
Oh, did we?
Whoa.
NCT Dream's Hello Future and Brave Girls Chima Bottom. By way of NCT Dream, I gave it
Oh.
first. You gave it first. Anita gave it third.
Right.
Brave Girls, I gave it second. You gave it second. Anita gave it first.
Right.
By way of first place votes, NCT Dream's Hello Future is gonna pick up the crown
Wow.
this week.
Congratulations.
Brave Girls
Nice.
Chima Bottom in second place with 7 points. Twice alcohol free. Third
Oh,
place
hang on.
with 2 points. Because the only other points we have is Luna's Paint the Town 1 point. EXO's Don't Fight the Feeling 1 point. Alcohol free 2 points. So by nature of that,
Dang.
oh my god.
twice alcohol free third place.
Oh my
So,
god.
the chart for 145, NCT Dream, Hello Future is picking up the crown. First place. Second place, Brave Girls, Chima Bottom. Third place, twice as alcohol free. Whoa.
Wow.
What a crazy chart.
Someone correct me if I'm wrong, but I think this might be the first time a track that didn't make it in the chart in the first or second weeks
Ended
made
up
it
in
in
it.
the chart later.
That might be true.
Yeah.
Shout out
Wow.
to Anita carrying it.
Shout out to me.
Anita could have put anything in second place and it would have gotten on the
Right,
chart
yeah.
this week. Anything. But we're at show winners. Anita hit us with them.
Yes, so we got some wins from BTS's Butter. They won on Show Champion and Show Music Core, so their total for this comeback is 12 wins. So congrats to them.
Oh.
And then we have twice alcohol free. They picked up 2 wins, one on Countdown and another in Inkigayo. So they're up to 4 total wins for alcohol free comeback.
Nice.
Then we have 17's Ready to Love. It won for the first time on Music Bank, so congrats to them. And then we have Brave Girls, Team Up Bottom, had his first win as well on the show. So congrats.
Nice.
All right, and we are now at the end of part 1 of Soju Talk episode 145. We'll be back after a short break. 3, 2, 1.
Hello, SojuTalk Nation. This is Anita here with a quick PSA. If you would like to support SojuTalk Kpop Podcast, please like, subscribe, or follow us on whatever platform you're using, and consider joining our Patreon at patreon.com/SojuTalk or donating to us at paypal.me/SojuTalk. On behalf of the crew and myself, thank you. Now back to our regularly scheduled episode.
We are back at it with part 2 of Soju Talk episode 145, where we discuss recent K-pop news and events and give you the state of the nation. We actually had a decent amount of news this week. The first one, Butter tops the BTS Hot 100, the Billboard Hot 100 for the 5th week in a row. According to Billboard, Butter is just the 11th song out of the 54 songs that have debuted at number 1 to spend its first 5 weeks at number 1 in the history of the Hot 100. Out of the 1,125 songs that have topped the Billboard Hot 100, Butter is the 196th to spend at least 5 weeks at the top. So it is a very culturally significant song now, I would say,
It's a big song. We're watching history unfold,
Yeah.
We are.
I don't think we have to have the discussion for the 5th time about this song, Let's move on to the next one. So Big Hit Music confirmed that Ed Sheeran is going to be participating in an upcoming BTS track.
Wow.
Yeah, revealed during a radio interview, Ed stated, quote, "I've actually worked with BTS on their latest record, and I've written a song for their new record."
Wow.
Oh.
So previously, he is credited as one of the songwriters for BTS's Make It Right. So I don't think he's going to feature on a track. I think he just might be a part of the production team. So it is kind of interesting, though. Ed Sheeran's obviously a massive name in the music game. So
Yeah.
makes sense there. Next one. SM Entertainment has signed a memorandum of understanding with KAIST University in Korea.
What?
Through this agreement, SM and KAIST plan to jointly carry out technological cooperation in fields such as content, artificial intelligence, and robots, joint products related to digital avatar production, and joint academic research on CT, which is known as cultural technology.
Why are they making up phrases? Cultural technology.
All right. If you don't know, KAIST is essentially the MIT of Korea. It's a technology based school. Technology and math is their strong points there. So they're signing the memorandum of understanding with the technology school. This kind of weird, right? Like this is a bit much, right?
Yeah, I don't know.
Where's
This
it
is
going?
funky.
Where's it going?
I know that this is what they're trying to do, right? They're trying to send the message that we are the technology K-pop company. You know, Kwangya up in this business, right? Like all that stuff, right?
Right.
Is this too far? Like, is this?
I guess they are embracing fourth industrial wave as much as possible.
Truly, yes.
Truly. That being said, I mean, if I was SM, I would collab with Samsung, not KAIST.
Yeah,
You can't collab with Samsung. They're with Blackpink, you know?
I guess so, but like,
They do have I don't remember if it was Intel or someone like that. They do have one of the like a partnership with one of those big tech companies. So
they probably do, yeah.
hey, but I guess they really going for the public perception here, right? At a minimum, right? Academic research, digital avatar production, artificial intelligence, and robots. They doing all the buzzwords, nanotechnology, right? Like things like that, right?
Well, this better show in their music.
It better show in the aespa MMO that I'm waiting for.
Oh my
you know?
goodness.
Yeah.
Guys, speaking of aespa, their song's doing really, really good. on the
Really
chart.
well in Korea.
It
Yeah.
popped off.
You know, like they are taking the spot that I would have thought that like an ITZY would be in by this
Yeah.
point. It's
Yeah.
aespa. aespa has done it.
aespa is like pretty much essentially like rookie of the year, even though they didn't debut this year. Like I think
they've gone so mainstream so quickly, and I don't think that I would have imagined that it happened. Yeah, they're in third
Oh.
place on iChart still with Next
Man.
Level.
Nice.
that's wild.
Their
Yeah.
song is top 5 on every single chart still right now. So
That's
it-
crazy.
Dang.
That's
yeah,
crazy.
It's doing better than Butter now. Yeah.
Well, I guess I was short-sighted when I criticized aespa and their Next Level track. Next Level song of the year apparently.
Well,
Wow.
if you think about it, right, the only on iChart only MSG Wannabe, which is the thing with Yoo Jae-suk
Right,
and his
right.
homies, they have the first 2 spots, right? After that, if that didn't exist right now, aespa's number 1 on iChart,
Wow.
ahead of Chimaparam, ahead of Butter, like that's kind of crazy to think about.
Yeah, I don't know. It's 2021 is an interesting year
Yeah.
where like everything I didn't expect is happening. Like aespa blew off like crazy with the general public. I always knew they had a strong fandom. Didn't know in terms of like general public. Then we had Brave Girls blow up in the beginning of the year. You know, like it's been a very girl group strong year with those two in specific.
For sure.
I'm not complaining. I like girl groups.
All right, next one. JYP announced Stray Kids Hyunjin will be returning to activities in
Hey.
July. In February of this year, Hyunjin temporarily halted all activities after one of his middle school classmates posted on an online community accusing him of having verbally abused him during their school days. JYP Entertainment stated, quote, starting from July, Hyunjin will rejoin Stray Kids' scheduled activities, and he plans to show an even more upstanding attitude and mature mindset during his promotions. I also heard that he's been doing a lot of volunteer work during his time off. You got to repair the image. I get it, you know. Good. I think they missed him on Kingdom because I think he is the best stage presence out of all their kids. At least I feel that. So it's good to see him back, and I don't think we should just condemn his career off of something like this because there is room to grow. I think everyone made a lot of stupid decisions during their school years as well. Right? All
I
right.
agree.
Next one. Oh, yeah, let me say one more thing. I think it's one of those situations you forgive, but you don't forget, though. You know, I
Yeah.
think that you have
Yeah.
to acknowledge what happened, and you have to grow from that. But I don't think you should just say that it didn't happen.
I agree.
Next, Twice will be releasing their first full English digital single in September.
Okay.
An SNS post, the official SNS post, stated that the global release will occur during a Friday during September. They just said it's going to happen on one of the Fridays in September.
Okay. Well,
This is kind of interesting, right? From what I understood, English was not the strongest suit. You know, I did see them in concert before pandemic.
That was 2 years ago. Maybe during the pandemic, they signed up to a English academy in Gangnam, and they were like, study English, TEPS, TOEFL, here you go.
I'm very interested to see what I also want to know how this will be received, because it's been kind of varied. There are other people who've released English stuff, right? I think LOONA did well. They did pretty well. Obviously, BTS does very well. Blackpink, super notable. Twice is that interesting point, because we consider them one of those groups that's domestically strong, not super strong. Like, they do have international power, right? International fans like them. But I don't think they're in the minds of the general U.S. public very much, you know?
No.
So I wonder how it'll be digested.
I'm more interested in what kind of song they come back with, where their whole discography and like the style of music they go in has become very unpredictable the last couple of years.
Yep.
I get the feeling it won't be bubblegum, which that's the one thing, right? They've been not doing bubblegum the past couple of years. And I would guess they would continue doing that, especially because, you know, America, global releases, English releases, you know. So we'll see what happens. I'm still excited.
Yeah. Last main news story. 17 broke their own record with their 8th mini album, Your Choice. Released on June 18. The album has already reached it reached an initial album sales of 1.3 million copies, according to Hanto. And that is the best initial sales in 2021 so far. Because if you remember, the BTS thing wasn't a physical. The physical's coming later. So,
17 still going strong, still going ham.
Still number 2 group, I think, in terms of sales in Korea, other than BTS.
Looks like it.
Then we had COVID news. You know, we haven't had any in a while. It's back.
Oh, no.
So 3 of them. Woollim Entertainment shared that Lovely's Jisoo tested positive for COVID-19. Members of Lovely and their staff member reportedly came in contact with someone who was positive, and they went into self-isolation. It was later reported that all of the other members tested negative, so that's good.
Yay.
Infinite Sungyu also tested positive for COVID-19.
No.
The articles all noted that he was vaccinated earlier in the month, but, you know, just because you're vaccinated doesn't mean you can't get it. It means that you have a less chance of getting it and your symptoms are less, but that doesn't mean it's impossible. Lastly, G-Idol's Minnie tested negative for COVID-19 after a staff member she was in contact with tested positive. So she's currently in Thailand and will continue to self-isolate according to local Thai regulations. You know, COVID's not over. I know a lot of us are vaccinated now. You still gotta be careful. I know in my state you don't have to wear a face covering, but I still wear it. You know, I just
Same.
I know that I probably statistically won't die if I get it, but I just don't want the inconvenience still. You know, like.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, you know, I kind of like hiding my face. You know, like
if you got like a big ass pimple, you just wear the mask.
Hell yeah!
Right? I don't shave a couple days. You wear the mask. No one can tell. You know.
Okay. I did go down like a week or so ago. So I live in an apartment. I went down to first floor to pick up a package, and I was like, you know what? I'll go for it without a mask. See how that's like. I was like, I'm never doing this again.
You felt naked, right?
Dude, I don't know, man. I felt so insecure for some reason. I was like, he can read my mouth.
Yeah,
when I'm like saying stuff.
I pumped my gas recently. In New Jersey, someone talks to you. You don't do it by yourself, right?
Right.
So I got to the gas station and like I was like, what do I do? Do I put on a mask? Is that awkward for him? So what I did was I cracked the window this much, and then after my gas was full, I slid my dollar through the tiny crack in the window. I don't know. It was kind of weird though, because I was like, I don't think I need to put on a mask, but at the same time, I don't want him breathing all over me, right?
Right.
So,
yeah.
It felt very awkward though. I don't know what that was like.
Yeah.
Be safe,
like
everyone.
Masks.
Yeah, I like masks still too.
I like masks.
My family said we're gonna wear them at least until the end of the calendar year. That's what our family decided.
Makes sense.
We'll have another discussion in January. Yeah. Also, once winter comes, regular flu season's gonna be around. You know, mask will prevent that too. I know flu incidence was also down because of mask wearing. So there's that. All right. Announced big comebacks. CIX via Universe July 1st. Cards BM July 2nd, SF9 July 5th. Daya's Yebin is going to have a solo debut on July 7th. BAP's Jongup July 8th. 21's Minji July 11th. Baekaya on July 13th. Akmu and EXO's Dio in July. Maka Maka in August. And CL sometime before the summer ends. All right, State of the Nation. There's a very large fonted thing in the script that I think Warren really wants to talk about. So, just start with it. Just start with it.
Tyler the Creator. Tyler the Creator.
That's it.
Tyler the Creator. Odd Future, Wolfgang, Golfwing, Yonkers, Flogna, Free Earl, Mobbin. That's not a thing
Free
anymore.
Earl?
They stopped doing that in 2015.
He was already freed. He's already freed.
He's fine. He's had a whole they had a fallout and then they got back together and then he was like, I don't like going outside. And I was like, okay, cool, that's fine too. He was like, I don't want to look like a rainbow or cupcakes. And I was like, that's fine too. But Tyler has always looked like a cupcake and rainbows. Look, he dropped an album, Call Me If You Get Lost, 6th studio album. And it's not often we talk about American music on the show.
True.
I didn't discuss Weekend or Dua Lipa until I have to with K-pop, stuff like that. But I kind of wanted to bring it up because I'm his fan, and I got into listening to him around 2013, around when Wolf dropped in 2013, I think. And that was my introduction to him, not the Odd Future stuff, to be frank. So it was kind of an interesting introduction. I didn't fall in love with him because of all the edgy stuff he was saying, but more so because of the production, which balances the aggression and the soulfulness very, very well. I'm getting a lot of that here, I'm getting a lot of that, It's very, it feels very hip hop, it is. It's, as a hip hop head, I appreciate this. Lots of rapping, good rapping too. Lots of beats that go really hard. But at the same time, he's not losing his touch with the, soulful R&B stuff. You got tracks like What's Your Name? That's just straight up like 90s or early 2000s R&B. I dig it. Good stuff.
Sounds good.
But then you got tracks like Lemonhead or like Lumberjack or like what's another good one? Hot Wind Blown with Lil Wayne. When's the last time you heard about Lil Wayne, Doug? It's been a while. It's been a while. Lil Wayne's been a hit or a miss. But in this track, he's good. Lil Wayne's back to being good. It's good. It's a good album. And it's much more of a hip hop album than it is like a pop album or a soul album, which Igor was. And we don't have like a plot or like a anything like that. It feels much more like a mixtape that you hear mid 2000s, which that also hits nostalgia for me. So it's a good album. This is my favorite album of the year so far in terms of all of music. That being said, this might change next week as well because this isn't my favorite Tyler album of all time. I really liked Flower Boy. That is my favorite album of all time. It's a great album. Lots of great bangers on the track. Where Does Flower Bloom? See You Again. Who Dat Boy? 9/11. But I don't know. Call Me If You Get Lost. I do feel like the pacing is not very amazing. Track 10 and track 15, which are respectively 9 minutes and 8 minutes. Little long. And they kind of break the pace a little bit when I'm listening to the entire album. Also, I don't really like Run It Up. Do you remember that track, Anita?
I don't know if I saw that one. I've been catching up through the YouTube clips that are uploaded because I like to see the movie skits, things that he does. It's very interesting. Visually, really cool.
For dinner, we have...
Oh my God.
I'm not gonna spoil that, but with the entire album, he has a very Wes Anderson.
Yes.
What's the hotel movie?
Just Wes Anderson, I would say.
The Shining?
No. The Wes Anderson movie.
The Grand Budapest Hotel.
The Grand Budapest Hotel.
Oh, yeah.
Why did I say The Shining?
Shining is...
that takes place in a hotel.
It's a hotel. There's a hotel.
Yeah.
Luna. Look, it's a good album. I highly suggest you check it out if you like hip hop remotely. or R&B in general too.
Yeah.
Some people also do not like DJ drama on every track. He is a DJ and he is like hyping up every track. So like every track, there's like Tyler who's doing his thing, and then DJ drama is like, all right, it's Tyler and DJ drama. We're about to hit it, and I'm like, okay, let's go. You know, I'm hype, I'm energy. Let's go. So this has been all I've been listening to the past like 72 hours, except today, because obviously except today now. And I came back and listened to K-pop, and I was like, wow, everything is so crisp. Everything sounds so modern. I lo-fi aesthetic. Why? It was great. It was great. It was a fun time. I'm sure if you don't like hip hop, this part was probably very boring. So I'll pass it off to Weeb Talk with Douglas. How you doing, Doug?
I read a webtoon that was
Did you?
K-pop based this week.
Oh, no.
Oh, which one?
It's called My Superstar Uncle.
Uncle.
No, it's not sus. It's not sus at all. No, it's not sus.
Sure?
It's the most wholesome crap ever.
Sounds interesting.
So the main character is the uncle, right?
Okay.
So it's not a super spoiler. It happens in like the first chapter. His brother and sister-in-law died in a car crash, so he's basically the father figure for the little girl in the story, and his mom's there, and they're obviously a little bit traumatized. Basically, it sort of isekai. He gets hit by like a comet, but then it activates like video game mode, and he improves his visuals and his singing skill, and he like his dream is to become a singer. Like, and it deals with idols. Like he signs with the company, and then like you could tell the competing companies, SM Entertainment, clearly. Like
based on.
So he had a singing arc, right, where he became a famous singer. He went on. There's Yu-Gi-Oh sketchbook. There's a parody of it on there too. Like he went on like Music Bank. Like you could tell what they're talking about.
Okay.
And you could even tell when they show the music charts. Like he checks iChart every hour. Like things like that happen in this thing. Like it's really K-pop centric, right? They're talking about all kills. They're also talking about chart performance. They're like, oh, this was an OST song that I sang, like that kind of thing, right? So we had a singing arc, and now they had an acting arc, like as well. Like, he became a
yes.
No, he had a singing arc, singer-songwriter, so he learned how to write songs. There was an acting arc, and now he started a one-man company, which is an umbrella of his main company, and he recruited his first trainee most recently.
Wow.
Like they cover all this in this, and
It's interesting.
he produced the song for the girl group his main company was like going to debut, like all this stuff.
Oh dang!
Like they go this deep into all this.
How long did this show take the span of? Like
it's in 86 chapters so far. I read it all yesterday.
Like how many days has it passed in the show? Like a year?
I think a year and like a year or two so far.
That's so fast.
A year or two in, and you build your own company.
His second song went number 1. I believe.
I mean, Twice didn't make their own company.
Oh, no, but he basically, when he got hit by this comet, he like basically absorbed this AI system, which is basically helping him out. And he has, it's a video game where he has like skills and stuff. He's like, if you activate the skill, the audience will feel 20% more empathy towards your song, like things like that.
Man. This is
and in the acting arc, they're like, if you press this, you get more immersed into the role, and you can activate the skill. Like
it's just like a video game. But
you know how they have those video game manhwas, Anita, where like, or webtoons where people get skills and there's levels and stuff. He's leveling up his singing skill, his face, like things like that. His body gets leveled up, things like that.
That's crazy.
It's actually kind of interesting. It's very wholesome though, and he's doing this all to just support his family. So
yeah.
There's a main ship though. I have this one ship that's going on. I think it might sail. Like I'm hoping it sails in this, you know. And my uncle, he's like 27, 28, and he's not that old.
He's still young.
He's young, but that's old for K-pop debuting, you know.
It is.
So he starts off as a ballad singer, and then he's branching out into other genres. And he's like, they go this far. He wanted to make an album, but he was too busy. So they like, you know, we got to make it a mini album instead. Like things like that are brought up. So, and they talk about the producing credits. He like makes friends with the writer, you know, like a lyricist. Like all this is involved in this. So
I'm scrolling through the first episode, and he's like, I'm a carpenter, I move boxes, I do what I can to make money. And he's like, is is this the job I like? And he's like, no. And he's like, I've always dreamt of being a superstar.
Super wholesome. The niece character is so cute the entire way. She's so supportive of her uncle, things like that. So it's wholesome. If you like, if you haven't read webtoons, I don't know if I can shout this out. There's a website where you can read this one for free with no ads. There might be ads. I have ad blocker. Go to Reaper Scans. They translate a lot of the popular webtoons, the actual ones specifically. But this one was on there, so I read it.
If you get sued, please sue Douglas. Please don't sue me. I do not. Doug's statement does not represent the overall statement of all of us.
Hey man, I was shouting out my radio station the last couple weeks. Shout
outs to Kiss Anime. Shout outs to Kiss Cartoons.
Oh my god.
Yeah, so go read that one. My Superstar Uncle. You can find it if you Google that. Yeah.
How's life been, Anita?
It's been pretty good, pretty normal. I did have a song I want to shout out very quick. So this is the only thing I'll shout out this week. JO1. So that group that did Produce 101 Japan season 1.
Mm-hmm.
They are doing like I'm not even too sure what it is, but they're doing like a new release of a single, I believe. I think it's a single. And it's called Dreaming Night. And they released a practice video because there's no performance, there's no music video for it yet. I don't know if it will happen in the future. But they released a practice video of the song. And I hadn't heard the song before, and I saw it, and it's really good. So check it out. Dreaming Night by JO1. I believe the song has already been performed on the K Contact stage that they had. So if you saw that, then this is not new, but if you haven't, because I didn't know about the song until after they released the practice. It's a really good song. Check it out. Very nice. Very 17 vibes. I wonder if producers worked on this from 17.
It's on YouTube with all these lyric videos.
Yeah.
But hey, one thing I want to do coming up with these upcoming episodes is I want to give back. We've received a lot of support and love from our listeners. I want to do what I can and support them. And I looked at what a lot of our listeners are going through. People on the Discord or whatnot. There's a whole subset of people who are trying to find love. Date their way into love.
Wow.
So I was like, turns out all three of us actually work at the same company. Now during the night, yes, we do a podcast. But luckily during the day, we work at a relationship consulting agency. We do? Yeah. Of course. Doug over here is dating strategy manager. Hello, Mr. Doug.
Statistically, I find what is significant in dating, Yeah.
Right. And then over here we have Anita with the romance strategy analyst. Hello, Anita.
Hello.
So I have combined me being the main product manager here. I compiled 16 greatest first date ideas, and we're going to pick out the best one to kind of help our listeners with their relationship.
Let's just get into it, right?
Nice.
Let's get it. Isn't only one of us is in a relationship at the moment, so I don't know how reliable we are, though. Just saying, but it is what it is.
Let's get it started.
Okay.
All right. Round one, we have gaming night versus bowling. Some safe ones, Gaming night, you stay in, play some video games. It's kind of wholesome, Bowling, you go bowling at a bowling thing, and you bowl.
I think one of these is way better than the other.
Okay, that being
bowling.
Oh, really?
Wait, seriously?
Yeah.
Can you elaborate why?
Game night is too close too soon. You got to be at someone's house for this.
Okay, yes, that's true.
Fair point.
That's true.
Bowling's at least in public, so there's an escape plan for bowling.
Now
you could dip real quick.
That's true.
There's no escaping game night.
Now that is also true, but think of it this way: escaping in bowling is actually very, very difficult.
No, you don't just fake drop the ball on your foot and dip.
Oh no!
Okay.
No.
Oh no!
Here's the thing.
You could dip. So I gotta go to the bathroom. You're a psychopath.
See, no,
Dip.
you can't do that. You can't do that when you go to bowling. Like when you go to bowling, what's the first thing you do? You borrow those shoes.
Yeah.
Those ugly shoes that smell because they haven't been washed and they've been worn by 50 million people.
And they got the
You gotta
grease
put
on the
those shoes
bottom. Yeah.
Right. Those you gotta put those smelly ass, ugly ass shoes on, and like you can't just run away with the shoes. You know, like personally, I hate the idea of putting my feet into shoes that other people have worn. So that's why I would pick game night over bowling. Like I would be very nervous on a very psychological.
You're
level,
saying
you know?
you don't know this person, right? Complete stranger, and you gonna let them in your house to play video games.
I do that over bowling.
Really?
Anita, which one would you think is better?
Well, see, based on just like activity, I was gonna say game night sounds more
I agree
fun.
on activity, yeah.
But when Doug puts it that way, like for a first date, it is a little dangerous to let your
You know what's the best?
date know where you live.
You know what is actually a good first date? I don't think you have this on your thing. Mini golf.
Oh yeah, mini golf.
mini golf is
really
good.
Popular.
To
Yeah.
break the fourth wall a little bit, I didn't put that one in because that's obviously just a good idea.
That's just always a good idea.
It's just a good idea.
Dang it.
Yeah.
Realistically speaking, don't do any of these. Do that.
Do mini golf. It's safe.
Yeah.
It's 18 holes. You finish that in like an hour. You know, easy way to test compatibility.
All right. I guess bowling wins here. You guys want to put
I ain't
your
letting
feet.
some crazy person, potentially crazy person, in my room. Like that's quick. You know. So just say now.
Round two, we have grabbing the BTS meal at McDonald's versus hiking. So clearly one of these is a very romantic dinner. The other is the wilderness, if you will.
No, okay. Let's be real here, right?
Okay.
Let's be real here. I hate hiking. Like, I don't like being outside. Number two. If I'm on like the dating app or I know some girl and I'm like, yo, LOL, let's go eat the BTS meal as the first date. And she says, that sounds funny. Let's do it. That's already like so much
chill.
better.
Let's
Right.
chill.
That's so
yeah.
chill. That'd be a fun experience. If it works out, you could say, yo, remember our first date was we ate the stupid BTS meal that sucked ass at McDonald's? I wouldn't pick a random
that'd be fun.
stranger. Also, if they want to go eat the BTS meal, at least they're tolerable to K-pop. You know?
Oh,
So it's a test.
Okay.
It's a test. It's a
Okay.
test. It's a test.
It's a match of preferences. I see. I
Yeah.
see.
Hiking. I'm not a big fan of hiking. That's all I'll say.
Personally,
Mm-hmm.
McDonald's. I mean, sure, it's not like the most bougie meal in the world,
Uh-huh.
but if you go hiking, what are you gonna eat?
You gotta
The-
pack sandwiches or something.
Right, the
dude.
sandwiches you packed, dude. The Big Macs and the McNuggets are gonna be better than sandwiches. That you pick.
Bro, what if they're crazy and just murder you while hiking in the forest?
true.
That was my thought. I was like hiking in the woods with a
You could
person.
twist an ankle out there.
yeah. That sounds
Bro.
dangerous.
Yikes!
Like like I think we're gonna have a trend of like things in public are generally more safe because then if
For
you
first
meet an
dates,
insane
yeah.
person, you're at least okay, you know.
Fair.
All right, we just grab the BTS meal.
Let's get the BTS. Let's get the 10 McNuggets.
I think like if you cross the threshold and the BTS meal is like actually like you could actually do it, right? Like
Yeah.
and it's not awkward. That's a great sign already, don't you think? Like,
Yeah.
I think that'd
Heck
be
yes.
really. I think that would jump many boundaries real quick.
Round 3, we have podcast and chill and going to the movies.
There should be a podcast where someone does first dates on the podcast every week.
I'm sure there is. I
There's
think there
one
is.
that.
Is
Dude,
there-
there's
there has-
podcasts for every.
That'd be a
everything
really good
nowadays.
concept, I think, wouldn't it?
SojuTalk
Wait.
spin-off?
No, I ain't doing. No, hell no, no! Don't talk that into existence, sir. Are you kidding?
Here's the thing. People
Movie
poop on-
sucks.
No, okay. People say going to the movies is like the worst first date ever because
It's
you don't
not.
have
It's
conversations.
terrible.
Not.
It's not. It's a great way to break in the awkwardness and like get to know the person.
Exactly.
No, it's terrible.
No, like here's the thing. I think having a conversation and learning about the other person, sure, I think that's important too. being comfortable in the physical presence of each other, I think, is also very important. And being able to communicate without having a full-on conversation, I think that's a very good, very important part of a relationship.
What are you doing? Charades in the middle of the movie? You gonna communicate without talking, dude? What are you doing? Like, you throwing up gang signs to them in the middle of the movie?
No,
I feel like, for me, when you think about the going to the movies, it's very like, I guess people might consider it basic, but it's very safe because you have something to do, right? Like, you're not required to keep up conversation. And then after the movie, you can talk, and there's something to talk about.
Right. There's a common topic in which you can discuss.
Yes.
Talk
I
about
feel
the
like
director.
that's a big time commitment. We gotta watch a 2.5-hour movie, right?
You okay? You do you not watch movies in general because they're too long?
I watch movies, but like, you know, I feel like the point of meeting someone for a first date, right?
Mm-hmm.
I honestly feel like you could tell if this is all right or not within 2 minutes.
2 minutes?
I think you could tell a lot about a person within 5 minutes, real quick. That's how I feel like you can.
Personally, being someone with the most dating experience here, I disagree. I think people.
Okay, I'm not gonna refute your claim.
I think sometimes you think it's working out, and
It's
an
not.
hour later you're like, oh, poo poo, girl, psycho. That being said, coming back to the World Cup, we have podcast and show versus movie and
All right,
show.
movie's better than the podcast though.
Yeah, let's
Okay, like
yes,
I'll give you
movie.
that. I'll give you that. We can talk about movie more later. I'll give you that.
yeah.
The podcast, that's a big step. That's a ballsy move.
Round 4, we have getting a full medical checkup versus coffee.
Well,
Grabbing coffee.
Mr. Lee, your sperm seems very modal. You know.
I mean, here's the thing: if you go to a medical checkup, you can flex how healthy you are. You know.
If
Be like-
you're healthy.
I mean, I hope you're in good health. You know. Like,
We're gonna be like, look at my low body percent. Isn't this body fat percent? Isn't this
look at my
attractive?
BMI index.
Yeah, look at my BMI index. Look
Look at how healthy my liver rate
look
is.
words
you know?
like look how thick my thighs are.
I
like-
do have my size.
All right, coffee is a basic first date. It's base vanilla first date, right? Like coffee's basically an interview.
I mean, coffee. Every time I meet up with a person for coffee, whether that be a date or hangout, it's not fun.
No.
Oh, really?
No. Yeah, no. I mean, I'm the type of person who talks a lot. Like, I love conversations, and yet I think it's a poo-poo idea. And I get why people do coffee dates, right? Because like
Casual.
It's casual.
Quick.
It's easy to bounce. It's quick. But nah, I don't dig it. It's nah. Boba though. Get boba.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
I don't
yeah.
like coffee, so I'm like...
Boba's better. You could have a whole conversation about boba, no problem.
Right,
Coffee,
you can have a
it's like-
whole conversation. Coffee, it's like, oh, I drink Americano. I'm an adult. Look at me. Oh, I'm young, so I drink a latte.
It'd be like, I don't like hot beverages. That would be my conversation. Like,
Period.
all right,
Period.
like that's about it.
now, if you
it's-
go to a medical checkup, you can be like, ooh, you know, like I didn't know you had this, your intestines are all healthy. You know, like
Man, your gut biome's looking sexy over there.
I
you
know, yeah.
The coffee's clearly better, right, guys?
What? No, medical checkup. We just argued why medical checkup is better.
Wait, Anita.
Logically, coffee makes sense. I mean,
Guys.
I wouldn't like it, but it makes sense.
We
Medical
just
checkup?
argued why medical checkup is a better idea.
No, medical checkup is
Horrific, dude.
Too fast, too soon, too personal.
Okay, fine. It's coffee.
God damn it, Warren.
So fun. All right, round 5. We have the strip club versus a K-pop fan sign event.
These are both horrendous. These are both horrendous. Do you want me to simp a stripper or simp a K-pop girl in front of you? Pick your poison here. Like,
Oh, dear.
literally, right? Like, maybe with the strip club you could gauge how much money they have real quick. Are they throwing ones or fives or tens or 20s? You know?
I mean, a fan sign, you gotta be decently like rich to go to those too, because like people
That's true.
buying a lot of albums to go to those, you know, like.
Okay. The only saving grace, okay, strip clubs irredeemable. I think unless like you guys are into that, like if you've established like I'm down, and then the other person's like I'm down too, that maybe that could be fun, right? You know,
yeah,
that'd be hilarious actually.
yeah.
The K-pop fan
we don't kink shame, you know.
Okay, I always think about this like the other person has to accept the proposal to go to this, right?
Right.
If the person accepts the invitation to come to the K-pop fan event, you've already crossed a decent level of like knowledge of each other, I believe.
Getting to know each other,
too,
right,
yeah.
Right? Like if they were like, "Hey, you want to like I got these 2 tickets somehow to go to this K-pop fan sign, you want to come?" And the other person's like, "That sounds fun." Like, you know, that's already a good sign. If you tell someone, "Hey, yo, first date, let's hit up the strip club," and the other person's like, "Hell yeah," I don't know how I feel about that. I'd be like, "All right, I'm glad you're open to this, but you know, I was kind of trolling, you know."
Here's the thing, like, I don't think you could make a relationship happen at a strip club, but like, what if you met the person at the fan sign event? You know, like you guys are in line together. You're like,
oh, I thought you were gonna say, what if you date the stripper? I thought that's what you were going for. I was like, I ain't judging.
no. If it happens at their workplace, that's not a date.
True.
Okay. But let's say you're in the line. Let's say you're in a line to get your album signed by like whoever you like, right? Like,
I'm in the IU fan sign line, right?
Right, you're in the IU fan sign line,
Yeah.
and like you talk to the person in front of you. They're like, "Oh, you also like IU? I also really like IU. What's your favorite IU track?"
It's like, I like IU. I also like you. Hey.
I think K-pop fan sign event.
No, yeah,
The best of these. Yes.
K-pop as a hobby or an interest is considered a little bit taboo still. I would say, especially in the West. Like if you've already got someone who's comfortable enough to do that with you, even if they're not interested in K-pop, but they just want to see you what you're interested in, I think that's a great sign.
Partner for life, right there.
I'm one of those. I've talked to Warren about this, but I'm someone who like whatever weird interest someone has, like I don't judge them because I feel like I have kind of weird interests. So
Same.
like
Same.
like if I'm into weird stuff and if they're willing to come to my weird thing even though they're not super interested, I should be completely down with whatever weird thing they're into. So
Right.
I think the K-pop fan side would actually be kind of cute if that happened.
Let's go. Round 6, you have the mall versus getting a pedicure.
Oh.
Hey, if you got a foot fetish, you know that pedicure.
I mean, you know, it's a great way to prepare.
I think the mall is interesting.
I like the mall.
No. The mall, don't do it if you're past 16 years old. Up until 16,
Agreed.
Oh
let
wait.
it pass.
16's fine. You could go get a slice of pizza at the mall, right?
Right,
You know.
go to Sbarro's, fine, you know? Go to H&M, Forever 21, it's great. However, once you're past 16, you're an adult now. You should make sure your feet is clean at all times by getting a pedicure regularly.
You know what would be
why not do it together?
interesting for a mall date, right? You go,
Okay.
hey, let's each buy each other an outfit. Like, let's
Oh,
try to
that'd be
style
nice.
each other.
That'd be
And
cute.
I think you could tell a lot from that.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
almost sounds like a variety show episode.
It does actually, right?
Make it happen.
That'd be kind of cute though, wouldn't it? Right?
That's kinda
Like,
cute, yeah.
what- or how about let's go to the mall. We'll each set a budget of $100 or whatever, right? We'll pick outfits for each other, and we have to wear them to the thing after the mall part.
I think that'd be fun.
That'd actually be kind of cute, wouldn't it?
Now, I feel like I would run away with that a little too much and pick out some weird ones. Being who I am.
I feel like
But
that's
hey-
I feel like that's a later in the relationship type gimmick though, and that'd be kind of cute at that point, right?
That'd be kind of cute, yeah. Oh, man.
pedicure though.
But the
I mean,
pedicure?
that'd be kind of fun.
Yeah.
I don't like people touching my feet, but
Yeah,
you know.
yeah, even if
mean,
it wasn't a date, I just
I'm
wouldn't.
ticklish. I'm very ticklish, you know.
Hey, you know, they're professionals. They make sure you're not, you know, that ticklish by it. Here's the
I'm gonna
thing, right?
kick someone.
Like,
all right.
if you're sitting there next to your potential partner getting petties, you get all these opportunities to have a full-on conversation.
Yeah, but there's
and-
other people in the room. Like,
right, those
Yeah.
people who are helping you have a conversation, you know? It breaks the awkward mood.
I'll say
what
this.
if we go to a Korean place and the person doing my pedicure and I'm having a conversation in English with the person, they just talking shit the whole time? Because it happens. It happens. Anita, which one do you like?
Well, I was gonna say, I feel like pedicure and almost, I would say, like, even manicure, like just getting your nails done. That sounds more like friends, low key. Like that's what you do with friends.
Oh.
The mall, I feel like, I don't know. It could be more friend, but it could also be like.
Anita, you like
a
my
date.
idea though, right? The dressing.
Yeah. I feel like
That's
having
kinda cute.
something to do at the mall would be cute. Like maybe.
Hey,
Yeah, it could work.
if the relationship works out, I'm sure both of you kept those outfits too, and you got a
Yeah.
memento.
That's true.
Memento. Honestly, I'm down for the mall more than the pedicure.
mall.
All right.
Mall.
The mall wins. Round 7, we have a picnic versus a zoo. These are some vanilla options.
I think
That I just threw
I'm going to
in.
set aside the some of the let's set aside the ethical qualms with zoos and aquariums, that type of deal. Let's set that
Yeah.
aside,
Yeah.
right?
Yep.
I kind of like zoos and aquariums though. You know,
More aquariums and zoos.
there's a lot to
though.
talk about. Like
There
I
is.
have favorite animals or exhibits I like to see at zoos and aquariums when I go.
Oh no! Like if I go to the zoo, right? Like every time I visit the zoo, it's like there's a lot of little kids just running around, and it's very
That's
noisy.
true,
And
that's
like it's
true.
like, you know, there's a little kid that runs up to you and then like hits you, and then another one.
Hey,
that
you could
comes
talk
up to
about
you.
kids there too. You know, that's
You
how
could judge them, like how good are they with kids?
Yeah,
There you go,
I
another
like
test.
kids.
Okay, I guess so. I don't know, man.
Picnic, I feel is too standard. Actually, picnic's not a first date thing.
Is it not?
I think it's I think it's a little more effort, right? You gotta prep
Well,
I guess
that.
it could be.
Are you making a charcuterie board? You know, perhaps.
It's a lot of effort. The thing is, okay, one of my friends, which both of you guys know, the person had a friend and they thought they were hanging out and they were doing a picnic, but the other person thought it was a first date.
Oh,
Oh no!
oh. Wait,
Um,
no. I think that's the fault of the person who decided to go on the picnic with the other person.
Who organized it? Who organized it?
I don't remember. It didn't happen to me. It would happen
If
to my
the
friend.
person who thought this was not a date organized a picnic, they're an idiot, in my opinion.
Yeah.
If some girl invited me to a picnic, I'd ask, is anyone else coming? And if they said no, right? I'd be
it's
like,
immediate.
clearly we gotta dress nicely this day, you know? Like, that's how I feel about that situation.
I mean, thinking about picnics in general, I think the picnics are fun. Nothing against them. But at the same time, like, I don't want the first date to be like 30 minutes and bounce. I want it to be like a good, like, solid a couple hours, right? My butt's gonna hurt if I'm sitting there for multiple hours.
There's not much to do.
I did a picnic date at Central Park before, right?
Did you?
Yes.
How'd it go?
Oh my! I had no clue. How did that go?
I mean, it was all right. Like,
It's
I
not
bought
bad.
I bought a
don't think picnic
blanket,
is
you
bad.
know. I bought some gubbins, you know, some foods.
Nice.
It was all right. I don't know. There's not much to do but talk though, right?
Exactly.
Right.
Like you're just people watching a little bit if there's other people there, just kind of
I mean,
chilling.
Honestly, like here's the thing, right? When most people go on first dates, like we have all these ideas, but most of the times it's coffee, the bar, or a restaurant.
And let's talk about interests, right?
Right,
Like,
right. Let's talk about interests. Let's talk about work, that kind of deal. Don't just talk about your work life for 2 hours. Please don't
Yeah.
do that. But you know,
Unless
I mean,
it's,
like,
unless it's a weird job, then it's interesting.
right, yeah. But that being said, if you go to a picnic, that's a little more effort than going to a restaurant. You know, like
Well, yeah.
You know,
yeah.
Well,
planning involved. It would be here's what I'm gonna say. It would be a great first date idea if you guys already know each other and have like
Yes.
been in like a social proximity for a given.
oh, that was my
certain time.
situation, so it wasn't awkward.
There you go.
There
There
you
you go.
go.
There
Yeah.
you go. Like if I met the person on a dating app and we've been talking for a week and we're suddenly like, let's go on a picnic. If it was like the
Well, it
middle
is-
of COVID, maybe, but like
It
I'm
is
not
an
sure
opportunity to impress, though.
anymore. It is.
That's
If
a
you-
lot of pressure,
If
though.
you pull out some cool stuff, right, at this picnic, It could be impressive. It's like, I
Hey,
have a
hey,
portable glass set for this wine that I actually can't do in public, but you know.
No, it's about the effort more than the results. You know, looking like you care and like putting in the effort. That's what's sexy.
What about zoo? How do we feel about zoo?
I
I
don't know.
like the zoo.
I like zoos and aquariums and things like that.
I think the zoo's all right. I like the picnic better. I'm
You know
not.
what's better? Cat cafe.
I like cats. Yes.
Let's pet some cats. You know?
kind of want to go to them, but you know.
You could come to my
Pandemic.
house and pet my cat if you.
Okay, I'm down.
I think
I vote picnic.
I vote zoo.
I'm done with either of these.
Oh, well,
I'd
you gotta pick one.
I'd have more fun at a zoo, right?
Mm-hmm.
But I think a picnic is a better opportunity to make a good first impression.
There you go. Yeah, like a first date's not just about having fun. It is, but it's also about impressing the other person. Around dates, you have running a 4K versus the local
What the-
cemetery.
Cemetery.
These both are horrendous ideas.
So you can run a 4K. That's
This picture is so sus on the right.
and then you can go to the local cemetery and walk. It's a
What do
nice
you-
stroll.
You're just walking?
Yeah, go for a walk and talk about all the dead people in your neighborhood. You
Oh
know?
no.
I feel like I do either of these, I'm not getting a second date.
Ooh.
That's what I think.
It depends. This would be very niche for like the type of person that likes certain things. Like if someone is very sporty or like very into running, they might like that sort of date with
Hey,
a
but
4K.
what if they're into dead people? What if they're necrophilic? You know?
Yeah, like if they're
then-
into
Okay, Warren.
stuff.
Okay, here's the thing. I think, okay, on a side, I think if you're going to do a sports themed date,
Uh-huh.
I think that the indoor rock climbing, bouldering is a good idea. I think
Oh,
that's a good one.
Really?
Yeah, that's quite popular as a dating destination.
That
these
would
days.
stress me out.
So make during the while I was making these, I did look up great first date ideas. Rock climbing was constantly
Yeah,
on there.
bouldering's great.
Damn.
Yeah.
Also, if you're a little bit jacked, you could show off a little.
That's
show
true.
off show off
That's
the
true.
guns, your upper body strength.
Yeah, show off my thighs.
Yeah.
I personally I would go to the local cemetery. It's a lot more relaxing. Lot
is
lot
true.
less of sweating involved.
4K is just gonna suck. I ain't even gonna focus on the date. Honestly.
Also, like the local cemetery, like it's like sure it might have a weird vibe, but at the same time, if you think about it, it's a nice park. you
Are we
know?
going in the day? We're going in the day, right?
Sure, go during the day.
Okay, yeah, I wouldn't go there at
bro,
night.
in Ann Arbor, that cemetery near the dorms.
Oh,
Yeah,
the really
no.
big
Bro,
one.
I swear to God, I saw a cult in there once at night.
Oh my God.
I might have been drunk, but I swear I saw people in there late at night before.
I would not step there at
Yeah.
night.
Now,
No.
one more. I do want to point out one more thing. I play a video game called City Skylines. It's a game.
Oh, yeah.
It's a city builder game. I place buildings. One thing I can do is build towns. Suburbs, and place cemeteries.
Mm-hmm.
Now, when I place cemeteries, the land value of the apartments nearby
Decreases.
they increase
What?
a whole
Oh.
bunch. A whole bunch.
Why
That's
is that?
I don't think that happens in real life though. But continue.
Well, I think it happens in real life. Okay, now looking up, do cemetery.
Yeah, do cemeteries decrease? It doesn't really affect it that much. It says, huh?
I wonder why it happens in the game then.
Because it's a good thing. You can go to the cemetery and have a great date. I vote the local cemetery.
I'm gonna die during this 4K date. Like unless you want this lady to fire me and carry me to a ambulance or something.
Mm-hmm.
I think that the cemetery, even though I think that's terrible
Yeah.
too, is probably the better idea.
Go to the
Anita,
cemetery.
as a former runner, how do you feel, Anita?
Well, see, I just feel like running is not, like, how should I say it? It's hard to look flattering. How should I put it that way? So it's like,
You
yeah,
ain't looking too
local
sexy.
cemetery.
Okay, local cemetery.
Running is apparently an ugly sport. Round
It's
of
just hard.
8. Round of
Uh-oh.
8.
Okay, we good.
We have bowling versus the mall.
I think bowling's better here. I think the mall, you'd have to preface it to be good, but I think bowling could
I
be
think the
fine.
mall, honestly, like if you're past 16, I wouldn't do it. I would go bowling instead
Yeah.
and wear gross shoes.
Anita, are you good at bowling?
I'm okay. I'm not
Have
terrible.
we gone bowling, Anita? Did
Yeah,
you
we have.
We have.
Yeah,
I remember
we
that.
have.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We all went bowling
I
together.
was like, the last year you were here, I think, wasn't
Was
it?
it the one that was in the dark? Is that the one?
Yeah.
Yeah.
The one that's connected to the arcade.
That was
with
kind of
the-
fun. Yeah, let's do that one. Let's go bowling. Bowling.
Yeah.
Bowling.
All right.
Round 2, we have
Oh my-
coffee versus
alright.
the local
I know we don't like
cemetery.
coffee, but coffee's clearly better here.
No. What you
Seriously.
do is you grab the coffee, get it to take out, and go to the cemetery. Because if you're sitting at the cafe, it's loud. There's everybody else there.
There's kids
they're all
doing
chatting
homework.
away. Right? There's kids doing their homework. Go to the local cemetery. It's quiet. It's relaxing. You can have a conversation, and it's super relaxing.
Dang.
See, I have made such a great argument and point. You guys can't refute me.
No, we're picking coffee, right, Anita?
I prefer coffee.
Guys, you guys are lacking logic.
You're lagging everything, dude.
Round 3, we have a picnic versus a K-pop fan sign event.
I feel like I can't show this side of me this quick on the right, the fan side of it. I feel it's too much too soon.
How long would you take? How many dates before you reveal you run a podcast about K-pop?
3.
3.
Okay, 3. That's not bad.
I'm thinking about my experience on that.
Actually, it's easy. It's easier because like we are Korean, right? I don't think it's the most ridiculous. Like I think there's there's less of a potentially weirdness factor, or I don't think weirdness factor, but less of a shock.
Right.
If the day 2 or 3, I'm like, I have a podcast with my friends. We're at like 150 episodes. She's like, what do you guys talk about? I'm like, Korean music. That's how you have to preface it. You wouldn't say K-pop. you would say Korean music. Right, Warren? Right, Warren?
Every time.
Korean music. And then she goes, oh, what? And then she looks it up. Then she can find out it's K-pop. It ain't coming out of my mouth.
But here's the thing. By the time they look up our information, I can be like, look at our download numbers.
Yeah.
I am an internet celebrity, social media content media influencer. Look at me. I Twitch stream Minecraft 24/7.
Honestly, assuming that the person's fine with it, I think the K-pop fan of it would be way more interesting.
It would be more fun.
Picnics are boring, let's be honest,
Yeah.
That's true.
Yeah, what are you
Right.
gonna do? Sit there?
Fan sign event.
Let's go. Round 4, we have grabbing the BTS meal at McDonald's versus going to the movies.
I'm honestly gonna
The
pick
movies.
the BTS meal.
I'm also gonna pick the BTS meal here.
No, the movies.
No, the
No,
BTS
no.
meal is for the memes. I think it'd be so much more fun.
You can tell that the person is down to have fun the moment you're grabbing the BTS meal together,
Dang.
Yeah. Look how happy these girls are.
Look at that.
I can't tell they're wearing masks.
merchandise material.
All right,
Wow.
Hey, imagine you're one of the two, and you're like, "Hey, social media photo. Here's my first date, right? BTS meal, LOL." That'd actually be kind of funny, wouldn't it? Like,
It'd be interesting.
BTS meal. Boom.
Right. We move on to the semifinals. K-pop fan sign event versus
Wait, I don't like
bowling.
any of the ones remaining.
Oh, here's the thing. Bowling.
Are you good at bowling?
I don't know. I think I'm decent at
I'm
it.
pretty ass at bowling. Like,
I'm pretty normal at it, average at it. But if you don't do well, like
little embarrassing.
right, and also like at the same time, if you're like doing better than the other person and that person's like kind of salty, like then that's awkward
Oh.
too, right? Like it's got to be like a healthy competition. But if the person's like doing 30. And they're like, oh, it's okay. Then you're like, it's a lot.
Let's say like Warren scores like 110, right? And then the person he's on the date with scores like 220. Like it's like, god damn, what the
Right,
F,
yeah,
right?
yeah.
But I
And then
guess
she's
that
like,
could
I
be a
used to bowl in
test.
high school, right? Oh, that could be
Oh, that's
interesting.
interesting.
And then you could like, can we come next time? You could help me improve my bowling.
There you go.
Or you can go to the K-pop fan sign event and be like, I heard they're doing a repackage next month.
Here's the thing: if they can accept you for who you are when you're just going nuts at this fan sign event, that's a good person. You know?
That's the thing you go to. Okay, K-pop fan sign event is basically the same as going to a cat cafe. You watch.
Is it?
No, it's not. That
It's
is too far. That is too far of a stretch. I
I
apologize.
honestly, I would pick I think the fan sign event would be more fun. Regardless, even if the date sucks, the fan sign event was fun.
That's true.
Well,
like, okay, here's the thing: the majority of the first dates you go on in your life are gonna be poo poo. Why not just do one you're gonna have a good time anyway? Like,
Yeah.
So this is not even caring about how well the
Nah.
date.
no. Here's the thing, Anita. You gotta have the facade of not caring too much in order to attract the person. No.
What if you're in the fan sign line and you tell Jury, it's like, hey, I'm on a first date with her, and she's like, oh, you should definitely date this oppa, you know? The K-pop idol could be your wing person.
dude?
Oh,
Dude, there are 6 wing persons. It's impossible
Yeah.
to fail. K-pop fan sign event.
Yeah, fan sign event, right? Boom. Oh my god, we're down to 2 K-pop thieves.
Round
Oh my god.
Oh man.
Oh.
Coffee versus the BTS meal at McDonald's. Now, hear me out.
Okay.
Coffee is just coffee. But BTS meal at McDonald's, you can eat the meal and then grab coffee at McDonald's too. Like, how convenient is that?
They're essentially the same date. These
yeah.
two. It's just that
But
one
what's
has
the whole
some
meal?
one has something interesting to talk about, one doesn't.
One is a meme, the other is boring, and everyone's done it.
You could even replace the whole concept of BTS meal with like this Instagrammable food came out. Let's go eat it as a
Oh,
date.
yeah,
That's
yeah,
basically
yeah.
what this meal is, right?
That's true.
That'd be fun.
That's actually more fun than just getting generic coffee, isn't it?
That
Don't
is
even
true.
like coffee.
Yeah, you could be like, let's go get this viral like crazy cake that they got at this place, right?
Yeah, 5
be
weeks in
nice.
Billboard. Let's go.
Honestly, I would pick the gimmick meal over the coffee.
All right, BTS meal takes the win. Moving on to the final.
Wow, look at we're having some crappy first dates. Look at our first
K-pop
date.
podcast
Oh my
presents
god.
grabbing the BTS meal at McDonald's versus a K-pop fan side of it. This proves the kind of podcast we do.
Oh no.
I wanted movies,
Oh no.
but let's
I
see.
wanted the local cemetery. I don't know what you're talking about.
I think left side's better. The BTS meal. I think it's
I
better.
agree.
I agree as well.
I think that'd be a good like. I think it'd be a fun time. You know, it's not too heavy of a commitment. I don't have to simp out too much. Right? Good conversation. Like, who's
There-
your favorite member of BTS? Right? Boom.
All
Yeah.
the memes. All right. Soju Talk, your weekly shot of K-pop podcast, presents the best first date idea is grabbing the BTS meal at McDonald's, which I don't think is even possible
The girl
anymore,
on the left
actually.
of this picture kind of looks a little like LOONA Hyunjin. If you don't see her mouth, she kind of looks like LOONA Hyunjin. She does.
What? No, she doesn't. Okay.
All right.
There you go, folks. Go
There you
on
go,
your
folks.
first date.
All right.
to McDonald's.
Let me get
All
back
the
to
people
regular
on
stream.
Hinge, all the people on Tinder's, Bumbles, go to McDonald's. Do they still serve the BTS meal?
No, it's over. It's over.
Oh,
Too late.
well, stop dating. Dating is over.
I'm gonna talk about some releases next week, right?
Okay.
Yes.
There's a stupid amount. Tuesday, Drippin' and Epic High. Wednesday, Omega X, Just Be, Boys the Capo. Thursday, Kingdom, Alexa, Don't Kiss, CIX via Universe, ITZY, X Kim Shin Young. I don't know what that's gonna be. Friday is Cards BM, and Monday is G-Idol Soyeon, Day 6, SF9, Super Junior's Kyuhyun.
Wow.
my God.
Yeah. Okay. You know, this has been Soju Talk, your weekly shot of K-pop. I'm Doug. I like to thank Warren and Anita for joining me this week. We'll be back next week, guys. See ya then. Bye. BTS meal.
McDonald's.
Special shoutouts to our Fiesta patrons. Based Mina, Delmonic, Jedi, Goku Mama, Jacob, Luke Daniel, Malfiar, NJ Parks, Tier. Thank you for joining Social Talk, the weekly shot of K-pop. And special thanks to our Discord server mods, Jacob, K Music Erday, Koala, Malfiar, Max, No Bias Luna, Tuggles, and Wolf297.